video, I wanted to bring you 3 things to do the second you spot a pimple, because we all get those little guys that just pop up out of nowhere at the most inopportune times. And if you're like me, acne might be all over your face and back and chest and a little bit overwhelming. But if you do have one spot that is just really kind of sticking out like Rudolph style, I wanted to give you 3 simple quick tips that you can do to try to minimize that and kind of get rid of it, or minimize basically how inflamed it is so it doesn't get worse or look worse than it actually is. And do you guys like my hair? It's a little bit Mufasa-ish because I did not put conditioner in, but if you guys remember, I just filmed a video recently on embracing my naturally curly hair. So that is what I'm attempting to do today. So when it comes to a little pimple that you might not be expecting, the very first thing you can do is take a cold tea bag and compress it. Acne is very inflamed and very irritated, so the more we can do to reduce that swelling, the better. This is Tazo passion fruit. I would recommend green tea or something with some antioxidants and some caffeine, because the caffeine can actually penetrate the skin. But I drink this stuff by the gallon, Tazo tea passion fruit, so of course that is what I have here. But get a green tea bag, put it in some water, make sure it's cold, and use that as a compress to kind of calm the pimple down. It should reduce redness, and the caffeine should penetrate to kind of invigorate your cells and stimulate cell turnover, which means your cells will exfoliate faster, so hopefully getting rid of the pimple faster. The second thing you can do is spot treat. This is very important, and this one is by Sonia Dakar. This is the Blemish Buster, and I really do like this one because it dries it up. There are a ton of different spot treatments on the market, and you probably know what's best for you, whether it's benzoyl peroxide, which can be very drying, a clay, which is more usually natural, salicylic acid, which is exfoliating and can be a little bit irritating, or glycolic, which can sting a little bit, but it's a very chemical exfoliator, which is good. But definitely use a spot treatment. You probably know which ones are best. I can try to link a couple that I personally love and use, but use a spot treatment and put it right on that pimple and let it sit for 15 to 20 minutes, but overnight if you can. But that should really help dry up the pimple in a pinch. The very last thing to do is exfoliate, and the key here is to exfoliate gently. Acne is red and bumpy and irritated and inflamed, and what happens is that a lot of people are like, oh my god, I see a pimple, I'm gonna scrub it off, and I'm totally guilty of that too. I do it all the time. But acne is caused a lot in part by irritation and inflammation. So the rougher we are with our skin, the more it's going to be irritated and inflamed, and more blood flow will get there, and it'll seem like the pimple is bigger or getting worse. So one of the best things you can do is exfoliate gently. This is the Acne Head from Clarisonic. This is a good option, but they also have these luxurious heads. As you can see, the luxury brushes are much longer than the regular brush. This is a little bit more stippled. This is definitely a much smoother exfoliation, so if you do have very sensitive skin, this is a good idea. If you aren't a big fan of skin brushes, or don't like them, or don't want to spend the money, or want something a little bit more natural, a Cognac Sponge, a Cognac Sponge is also a good idea. I did a DIY facial at home video, which I will link you to. If you have a lot of pimples, that DIY home video is amazing. I'll actually link you to a couple of fun videos, but in that video I did use one of my favorite Cognac sponges. These are amazing. They kind of swell up with water, and they're very, very gentle. They're not even like a loofah, just like a very gentle sponge. It's basically the root of a plant. And you can use this to exfoliate as well. So regardless of what method you use, just make sure you gently exfoliate. That should help to open up the top of the pimple, so hopefully whatever pus is in there can kind of escape, and then it can start working on healing itself. But also, the more you exfoliate, the faster the cell turnover will be, and the faster the cell turnover, the faster the skin will heal. So yeah, guys, those are the 3 things you want to do when you first spot a pimple. Hope that these tips and tricks helped you, and if you have any more, please let me know. I will link you to a DIY face mask video, and I will link you to the acne facial video as well. But other than that, life update, what is faux shizzlin'? The Schnuckle Puff cats are kind of freaking out because they are just running up and down the stairs. This one, we have the car crash kitten. She chases her own tail. Pretty interesting. She's a little special. But yeah, guys, I will link you to the car crash kittens video if you haven't seen it, to my hair video if you haven't seen why I'm embracing my naturally curly hair, DIY acne facial video, and of course the DIY mask video to get clear, radiant skin and do it for yourself at home all naturally. So love you guys. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I cannot wait to talk to you in the comments or in any of those other videos that I will link. So love you guys, and I cannot wait to talk to you all again soon. Love you guys. Bye.